Welcome to another Campus Connection here at UNBC with a very special guest, Mr. Todd Whitcombe. How are you today?
I am fine, and how about yourself?
I am excited. Some would say I'm ready to have my mind blown.
Well, I'm not sure about your mind, but we're definitely going to blow up that pop bottle in a few moments.
I love exploding things. There's nothing more that gets me fired up in the morning than you and blowing things up.
Well, then you should come up all summer long, because we got Active Minds running again this summer.
Yes.
And we got kids out here, and they'll get to see this sort of demo every week.
It's super cool. UNBC's Active Minds, there's funding for it now as well. A whole bunch of excitement here all summer long in the University of Northern BC, and you're part of this as well. What's the best part for you about Active Minds?
The kids.
Yeah.
Just watching them play, watching them learn, watching them explore, watching them do science. So that's just me.
It's Prince George's Bill Nye right here, basically. Okay, well, you're much cooler than Bill Nye, I think, based on our experience.
He's richer.
It's fair. Okay, well, what are we going to do here today, Todd?
Well, we're playing around with liquid nitrogen.
Okay.
And you may have heard of liquid nitrogen is used to remove warts. What it is liquefied air. So what you're actually seeing is not the liquid nitrogen here. You're seeing the moisture in the air that comes out because it's really, really cold.
Okay.
But essentially, it's the 80% of the air that's nitrogen liquefied into a liquid form. So it's minus 196 degrees Celsius.
It's colder than Prince George in the winter.
A little, just a touch. That's a bad day in Prince George. But what we can demonstrate here is that if I take something as simple as a balloon and stick it in liquid nitrogen, the balloon's filled with air.
Yep.
And the air inside it is now turning into a liquid.
Oh, yeah.
And when it turns into a liquid, well, it takes up way less volume than when it's in the gaseous form. And so as a consequence, our balloon has a bit of a shrinking problem. Huh. And now it's turning back into a gas, and so this balloon blows back up. And this is actually how they do some special effects in the movie theaters.
Really? Okay, same way.
So same sort of idea and the like. I also earlier dropped a tomato in here, and you saw that the tomato was nice and whole and looked
nice.
like an ordinary tomato.
Yep.
Not so much anymore. In fact, it's actually conveniently broken in half. It's shattered. Again, moisture. So the reason I do this one is because your cells look a lot like a tomato. There's a very, very thin membrane surrounding a whole bunch of material inside, which has water in it. That water expands. If you freeze your cells, you stick your hand in there, this is what would happen to all the cells in your hand. And that would be a bad thing because, well, you really don't want your cells broken apart like a rotten tomato.
Not only that, feel very good.
It does actually shatter.
And it's frozen solid. I don't know if you heard that clink on the camera. But
it really is frozen solid.
Wow. Right?
So basically, those are the sort of simple things you can do with it. There's a number of other things that we could do. We can make a jet plane. We can do the airlift principle where we stick a hose in there and we shoot it out.
Okay.
Or we can just do things like throw it at the camera and have it make a nice big crowd. All of these things are things that work really well. And you can use it as a special effect. There are places where you do that. But anyways, the big thing we're going to do today is we're going to put some liquid nitrogen in that pop bottle. Now, you remember the balloon started to blow up.
Yes.
The balloon was elastic. It had space. It had room. The pop bottle doesn't. So when the liquid nitrogen starts turning into gas, it's going to apply pressure to that bottle.
Okay. Is this a bigger story or bigger version of the Coke and Mentos?
You'll see.
Okay.
Anyways.
Like usual, I put my trust in Todd.
You get to put your goggles on.
Okay.
I've already got my safety glasses on. I'm going to put my wonderful big blue gloves of science on. And you're going to pick up that liquid nitrogen container.
Okay.
And I'm going to carefully hold on to this while you pour liquid nitrogen into the funnel.
Okay.
Now, it's relatively safe for you because, well, it's safe for you.
Okay.
Because it really is just pouring in. But there you go. And I'll tell you when to stop.
This is like pepper at the restaurant. You just tell me when to stop.
Yeah. I'm going to put the cap on this.
Okay.
Once you put the cap on it, we have about 8 seconds.
That's it?
Could be 12.
Okay.
But it's somewhere in that ballpark. And it will go boom.
Okay.
Okay. So, carefully putting the cap on, dropping it in the water container, and walking away. And I can look nice and calm because I do know how long it takes. But basically, what's happening now is the gas in there, or liquid gas, is turning into gas, putting pressure on the bottle.
Whoa!
And it goes boom.
If that doesn't want to make you sign up for Active Minds, I don't know what does. Todd,
registrations are open already. So
it's popping, some would say. Thank you.
No
this
problem.
is like the coolest thing you could do. Are you kidding me?
Well, it is minus 196 Kelvin. So we're by
God.
definition cool.
Come on. It's another edition of the Campus Connection here at UNBC. We'll link to sign up online on ckgtoday.ca if you and your kid probably want to blow some stuff up here. UNBC's Active Minds. Look at that. Thanks, Todd.
My pleasure.
Campus Connections is brought to you by the University of Northern British Columbia, where the North inspires new ways of thinking.